Hi guys and welcome back to my channel Popcorn Reviews. I'm Farhad. If you're new to this channel then please smash that subscribe button now, and we are still about 500 odd subscribers away from the 2k mark, the new goal of our channel. So if you're new, please smash that subscribe button and like the video. And today the film that I am going to be discussing is the Mani Ratnam directed magnum opus called Ponniyin Selvan 2, or in other words PS2. And this was the much awaited second part of the first Ponniyin Selvan that had released last year, which I had absolutely loved. It was a tremendous immersive experience, and it was a welcome relief for me from the stories of the Rajputs and the Mughals, which have dominated our history textbooks. So the Cholas, the story which Ponniyin Selvan is based on the Cholas, that barely did have any reference in our history textbooks, at least up in the north. And I think that is one reason that I was fascinated by it, given my love for culture and history. I'm absolutely fascinated by it. However, there was, an angle of criticism that was there, especially in the Hindi speaking belt, where people did expect a Bahubali type entertainment, but they did not get that. Instead, it was a drama, so to say, for character motives and situations, the politics of that era that was there, and that did not hit well with the Hindi speaking audience. Some people also got lost in its narrative, which is why it was so important to read about the history before venturing into the story that was there, Ponniyin Selvan 1. And but in Tamil Nadu it was a huge hit because this same literature or history was transferred from one generation to another. And in one interview I saw Karthi saying that in the 5 a.m. show there were old people coming to have a look, which means it was the people were waiting for it to unfold on screen since such a long time. And I think that is the biggest compliment that any filmmaker can have, when there are old people coming in for the 5 a.m. show in the morning for PS2. And I would suspect the similar case was with PS1 as well. So then I happened to watch Ponniyin Selvan 2. Here are my thoughts on the same. So, considering the story and screenplay first, Ponniyin Selvan 2 picks up from the same point where Ponniyin Selvan 1 had ended, where the Cholas, the kings and princes of the Cholas, have to now deal with a bigger opposition in the form of the Pandyas, headed by a vengeful Nandini that is there. And that is the story that meets its eventual conclusion that is there, and it is a flourishing conclusion of a magnum opus of a film. It is absolutely stunning. Some of the flaws, and flaws is a subjective term here, some of the flaws where in the first part you would say that it was all of world building and character introduction that was there. There were brief periods where the film was a little lagging, and that's again a subjective opinion. It was a little lagging for me, slightly, and that has been countered here in PS2, which is much more of a flowing narrative. It is almost fueling the narrative that is there, that makes the story absolutely fascinating and engrossing to the T. Now, coming to the screenplay here is at a daunting length of 2 hours and 44 minutes, but it's almost a similar immersive experience that is there as it was in the first part. I absolutely enjoyed that as well. Now, the drama here does give a little flashback of Nandini and the then Prince Aditya, and because theirs is the probably the only relationship in the film that formulates the history of the empire that is there, and that needed that little bit of a backstory, which was briefly discussed in PS1 as well, but here it did give a fair idea about how they fell in love and then how they were separated, and the vengeful sentiments that were ingrained in the heart of Nandini, so to say. And that I think was the core emotion of the film, and that was very well addressed before cutting to the point where the story of PS1, where it had ended, where Vanya Devan and Ponniyin Selvan, are rescued by Mandakini. That is something that did, transform after that point. And the story here is immersive, it is engrossing. You need to pay attention to the dialogues to truly understand the character motivations and the politics of the area. If better, if possible, do read about the Cholas on the internet. It is amazing, it is a fascinating tale, and little bit of reading won't help. It will help you give context to the characters, and it will uh, allow you to immerse yourself in the character motivations. By the way, Ponniyin Selvan itself is based on a novel by the same name of written by Kalki, and that is what the film is adapted of. So it is, pages and pages of text that are, converted into celluloid, and for that I think the effort needs to be applauded absolutely. So the proceedings here are engrossing and absolutely immersive, as I said. Yes, if you are expecting another Bahubali type entertainment, for a lack of a better word, entertainment, you are not going to get that, because this drama is more about the talks between the characters, the character motivations, the politics, and so you may end up getting disappointed as well. So this drama is more of an acquired taste that is there, and that is something that you need to develop if you're going to truly enjoy this character analysis of all the characters that are there in Ponniyin Selvan 2. Having said that, I did like some of the cultural references as well. The culture of Buddhism and the Tamilian culture. I think they are very well, nuanced and represented very well on screen. Something, and even the action sequences, particularly at the halfway mark, the interval block, they are subdued because they wanted to probably, wanted to ground it to reality. So you will not find anything extravagant that is there or in your face. No, this is not that kind of a film. It is a slow moving, slow burn that is there, but thoroughly engrossing and entertaining. But coming to the emotional angle of it, it is in its heart, the core emotions are of Nandini and Aditya that drive the story, and it is that simmering tension that is there between them that meets with a conflict when they meet face to face for the first time in the full film, apart from a brief flashback that was there, and that scene is absolutely beautiful. On the slight downside, the finale act was slightly underwhelming given how the action sequences were filmed. More than the film, it was more to do with the editing, which I'll get in a bit. It was choppy, but other than that, the journey needs to be applauded. Over two films, it was absolutely stunning. And by the way, may I slip in another word here? The ending again was brave here, and it was different from that of the novel. Ponniyin Selvan novel by Kalki had a different ending. The film by Mani Ratnam has a different ending. It is a little bit of a topic that needs a bit of discussion. I'll see if I can make another video on that, but that is something that was a different ending, and something that will invite discussions, I feel, in the near future that is there. Let me know your thoughts, because I would think that many of you all would be familiar with the novel. Let me know your thoughts on the ending specifically, because that is something that we can discuss in the comment section. It was a different ending from the book. But again, I would have still thought that this would have been better as a web series in general, because it was so much text that needed to be converted in a very limited medium of films. Having said that, the effort here must be applauded, and it is absolutely amazing to watch this on screen, on the very big screen. Now, coming to the technical aspects very quickly, the dialogues, music, and the direction. The dialogues here are, this is a film that is dialogues heavy. You need to pay attention, but then if you do, this will be an immersive experience, an absolutely beautiful experience that is there. The music here is good by A.R. Rahman, but even better is its background music, with the drums and the dhols that are there at the beginning of every sequence that, pump up the audience. Even some of the background music used on the action sequences really enhances it, despite it having poor editing. I think the editing only in the action sequences was much to be desired. There were far too many jump cuts that were there, and that just diluted the impact, particularly of the final scene that is there. But the cinematography is beautiful, the costumes are beautiful, and also the jewelry that the characters wear are absolutely stunning. So there was effort made in the authenticity of the attire that is there. Also, it did help that they were shooting it in a live location, so to say. So there were the VFX were minimalistic, and it made for a grandeur impact. It was a good impact. Director Mani Ratnam is a visionary in every sense of the word. His filmmaking might be an acquired taste for many, given that he doesn't do spoon feeding. His films aren't typically entertaining, and it relies more on the audience to have an immersive experience. And the more you want to dig in, the more immersive it would be for you. And that is the filmmaking style that Mani Ratnam has always followed. And he did a spectacular job here. I think outstanding. This was his dream project in many ways, and to come to light on screen, he had a daunting task to begin with, and he did a fabulous job here in PS2, particularly fabulous job here. Amazing. Any words that I say is less. Coming to the performances, I felt the performances are absolutely stunning. Prakash Raj, Shobita Dhulipala, all of them do a fabulous job. I felt Karthi as Vanya Devan, it was a cheeky character, almost with a playfulness and an inherent charm, and absolutely apt casting. Karthi did a wonderful job here, fabulous job here. Jayam Ravi, I was absolutely amazed at his calmness, yes, authoritative nature that is there. This was a winning combination, and Jayam Ravi is absolutely wonderful to watch. I think Trisha also looked beautiful and did a wonderful job here. She was the character that did understand the politics of the area, and she basically wanted just to keep her family together. And it was such a well nuanced character, well written character that reflected very well on screen and portrayed beautifully by her. I think Nambi, played by Jairam, he did a wonderful job with the lighter moments of the film. Vikram Prabhu and Rahman, they did excellent jobs in their own respective roles as well. Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, every time she appeared on screen, my heart did skip a beat, and she looked so beautiful. And her eyes are so expressive that you could almost seep through your soul that is there. And with vengeance as her, in her heart, it was beautifully displayed on screen. I really liked her performance. It was a stunning performance in every sense of the word. I think Aditya, Prince Aditya, King Aditya, played by my favorite actor Vikram, is such a gentleman off screen. I mean, I've seen some of his interviews, and the way he, conducts himself is such a fun way, and there's a sense of calmness to it, which is diabolically opposite to his character that required a sense of eccentricity to it, and it was perfectly represented here. Vikram is one of my favorite actors at the moment, and he did a smashing job. He did a stunning job. So performances overall by every character were wonderful. I think Aishwarya Lakshmi also did a good job in between. All of them did a good job. The performance was absolutely stunning. So overall, PS2 is a flourishing conclusion of an epic saga that comes with my highest recommendation. Ponniyin Selvan as a film, part 1 and part 2, makes for a fabulous watch, an immersive watch. Please do read about the Cholas before you venture into the film, because this film is beautiful and to be, experienced on screen. So if you're liking this video, please smash that like button. Let me know in the comment section what did you make of the film Ponniyin Selvan 2, and what did you make of the ending. I think that is the interesting discussion that we can have in the comment section. Also, if you'd like to read my full review of Ponniyin Selvan 2 PS2, it is available on my site Popcorn Reviews with a double S, the link of which is in the description box below. Do visit it on my site. And also please subscribe to the channel, press that bell icon, like the video. It helps a small creator like me to fuel the YouTube algorithm that is there. Also follow me on different social media networks like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Letterboxd. I do not end up making a video on everything that I watch, but I do write a lot. All information is present on my site, Popcorn Reviews with a double S, and on my social media handles. So do visit that as well. I will see you all again very soon. But before that, also share the video with your friends and family. Let's spread this word and grow this little community together. And I will see you again soon. Thank you so much for watching and thank you so much for your love and support. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Cheers, everyone. Bye bye.